quick. Ready? I'm gonna just go live. We live? What up, guys? So recently I followed this entrepreneur, multi-millionaire on Instagram, right? Checking his stuff out. He's killing the game. DM him, and he sends me a DM of how much money he's made in a month. He's made over $1 million. Now I'm thinking, I'm curious. I wanna know, what does he do for a living? Because I don't even know. So today, we're gonna meet the man behind the $1 million per month. You look a little nervous. I don't know what he does exactly, but he makes a lot of money. Let's go. There he is. What's up, man?
How's it going, man?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Nice to meet you officially.
Nice to meet you as well. Emin.
SnewJ, whatever you want to call me.
Welcome to my office.
We love it.
Our work is done.
Like, I gotta see what's going on
Yeah.
here. How many Bored Apes do you own?
I got this main one right here.
Oh, you got that one?
Yeah. Personal design over here. Wrapping up another book I'm reading, Expert Secrets.
Oh my goodness. All this stuff, this information is like how we should live if we want to be multimillionaires, right? So I just want to feel his air, his energy, you know? I'm sure everyone watching right now has a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions of what you do for a living, because you showed me that $1 million screenshot. Can we talk more about it?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
This is where multi-million-dollar dreams are made, huh? Plans. I'm glad to be here. I'm curious, You showed me that $1 million screenshot that you made in a month. What the hell do you do, bro? Everyone watching wants to know, like, what is it that you do? Like,
It's not about what I do, it's how I got started to lead me to what I do now. So my background before all this was actually in accounting finance. I was a consultant for 12 years, did a lot of numbers and Excel spreadsheets, and I used to travel 35 weeks a year for 13 years consulting with companies, private and public companies.
So that was your first thing?
That was my degree out of college, accounting and finance.
How old were you when you started that? Were you like 21, 22?
21 years old, yeah.
Wow.
That taught me the fundamentals of business and how to analyze businesses, and basically one of the most important things is like numbers, how to look at numbers inside and out, what numbers mean. So that gave me like some core fundamentals to learn about sales and numbers. So once I did that for about 13 plus years, I got into digital marketing by basically, it was a pretty crazy time. My dad got real sick, he had ALS disease.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear.
And I got fired from work. I used to work for this accounting firm or whatever, and I used to drive my mom at the hospital and go to nearby Starbucks and spend 15 hours a day at a Starbucks just teaching myself digital marketing skills.
As your office space, huh?
Office space, man, yeah.
Damn.
Digital marketing skills, how to run ads, how to create Shopify stores, and all that kind of stuff. This was like 9 years ago. And second year, I scaled the score up to like $200,000. Third year, we got better and better at optimizing and finding products and testing them on Shopify. Got really good at running Facebook ads. After about 30 years, we were able to scale it from $500,000 a year to $500,000 a month.
That's insane to me. You have to go through all those things. It's like, sometimes in life, things don't happen for a particular reason. Is to push you to the next step, right? To push you to the next opportunity. So that's just crazy how like sometimes people watching right now, like they're going through something, or they might have like felt like, man, I didn't get this opportunity, or I failed, or this and that. But in reality, it's taking you somewhere else, right? Like there's always a gateway to something else.
Such thing as failure, man, it's either you're succeeding or you're learning. There's such thing as failure. So I don't think like the concept of failure doesn't even process in my brain.
You're a Kobe Bryant fan?
I love Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, so you know how Kobe says like failure doesn't exist unless you quit.
Plus, like the last 15 years, I've been huge into personal development. You take a book like this, Tools of the Titans. This is one of like maybe hundreds and hundreds of books I've read over the years. And this book, actually the reason I got started e-commerce was because of Tim Ferriss, actually, because I read this book called 4 Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. And he talked about the concept of dropshipping. I'm like, this is interesting. What is it? So I started researching more into the topic, and I'm like, this is interesting. Well, I can actually buy products and sell them before even owning an inventory.
Yeah.
So I have like suppliers in China. I'm putting them on a website. I'm marketing it and selling it on a website. And I don't have any inventory, and I can just market it properly and make sales. And when I get the sales, I can take that sale and then pay my supplier. Let's say I'm getting a $30 sale, pay my supplier $20 and have a $10 margin on that.
Yeah.
And I can scale that to like say hundreds of thousands of customers, and now you can make millions of dollars.
That's true.
That one concept just stuck in my brain. So I mean, this book specifically, like, what it talks about is like, he goes and interviews hundreds of the world's most successful entrepreneurs in health, wealth, and mindset.
Yo, hey, he just plugged you guys, so take a peek. We don't have to, you don't have to spill all the secret sauce with drop shipping, but you know how like you're saying like, okay, you get your suppliers are in China, because you can get the product, you can get it made, but it's like who is the supplier who's going to be fulfilling it?
Well, initially in a brand new store, what we do is just simple as like AliExpress. So even AliExpress, what we'll do is like we'll find products and we'll test them, and then we'll get like a handful of suppliers and we'll do like test orders of every one of them, a couple of them. Number one, we'll look at the quality of the product, and number two, like the shipping speed. So when you get some small orders coming, you can clearly see like, well, this supplier is shipping faster than this one. Number one, number two, the quality of the product is much better from this supplier to this supplier.
Yeah. So you personally use AliExpress?
In the beginning, yeah. In the beginning. Okay. So that's the testing phase, So that's the testing phase. Once you get a product working, you're saying, okay, you're putting $1 in, you're getting $2-3 back out of it. So now it's like what I do is like I'll go find a wholesale supplier. I'll buy something in bulk and ship it to a warehouse here in the USA, or have a warehouse actually in China where they can ship it to my customers much faster.
Yeah.
But initial stages, because you don't want to buy inventory in bulk.
True.
And then you're stuck with inventory, it's not selling. You want to test it in small like phases where it's like you're getting like, every time somebody orders a dropshipping thing, you're basically buying it and at single quantities and shipping to the customer. But if you're buying like thousands of units and sitting on it doesn't sell, then you're kind of screwed.
Right.
So like it's risk management essentially. You're basically just doing it on like a smaller phase. Also, what helps is pre-COVID, I went to China for 3 years, like in a row.
Oh, really?
So I want to see the inside, So
damn.
during that process, I also developed a lot of relationships with suppliers over there, and sourcing agents. Dropshipping is a good way to start for cash flows.
Yeah.
What you want to do is like if a product's working, it's selling, it's profitable, you want to slowly move away from that because that's a good way to start, low risk. Gotcha. You want to start getting to buying in bulk because the product's working, and then going to the next step and is maybe potentially private labeling it, putting your own packaging on it. So now it's like becomes unique. Because dropshipping it, you're basically getting the product in a very kind of generic packaging. Yeah. It's not customized in any way, right?
Yeah.
It'll still sell. Also, people want cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because China's pumping out probably thousands of products every week.
For sure.
Tens of thousands of new products
100%.
that the US market, like here, we have not even seen yet, So yeah, from there, you're buying in bulk and you're kind of private labeling it, and then product already works because you already tested it on the phase one, and you're basically putting it into a warehouse here. So you basically are trying to improve the customer experience from the time they order a product to the time they get the product, the shipping time, and then number two, like the packaging, and comes with a nice,
So your whole thing is like start at drop shipping, like AliExpress and whatnot, but then eventually you want to create your own brand and like have your own inventory in your own warehouse because you're all about quality, right? You're all about customer experience. I like that. Like, what are some of your other sources of revenue?
I'm very diversified. I don't like putting my eggs into one basket. E-commerce will always be there. I don't know how e-commerce works.
Is that your bread and butter, you would say?
That is, quite a bit better. I have a lot of like systems already in place, automations. I have a team already handling a lot of stuff, so I don't have to step in and do a whole lot. I do have weekly meetings with my team, and right now we're trying to focus on building like a bunch of brands. And that entails, getting influencers involved, creating content, so case studies and all kind of stuff.
So let alone for e-commerce, you're pulling like 1 point.
Yeah, like anywhere from, it fluctuates, man, seasonality. It could be like 600,000 up to 1 million plus
per month.
Per month, yeah.
Wow.
Besides that, I'm pretty heavy into crypto and NFT stuff.
I like that. So you got 1.8. What else? Other NFTs?
Zuki. I have a Clone X, some Gary V stuff.
Okay.
I have a Mutant one too, a Mutant Ape 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got one Mutant Ape.
Well, right now it's the perfect time to buy because the market's down right now. The price of Ethereum is down. 90% NFTs are Ethereum based. So right now that Bored Ape, it costs $400,000. It's like $80,000 now.
It's ridiculous. Let me ask you this. Sometimes people are probably listening and they're like, NFTs are so new. They're like, what the hell is it? How much do you have invested in NFTs?
Easily over 6 figures.
Okay, over 6 figures. Okay.
I'm over 6 figures easily. Some more profitable, some are like pretty down right now too.
Yeah. Let's talk about let's just say how much you've made. Yeah. When it was when the market was bullish or whatever, but like how much have you pocketed so far?
Yeah, over 6 figures. Over 6 probably, yeah. Because you have something that's it's a lot of it through wireless and connections. You have something that gets listed at X Ethereum comes out, or you just know people in the community and they give you wireless access. You buy it on mint day, and then you hold on to it for like a week, and you can sell it for like 5-10x of that.
True. No.
Or you wait another maybe a couple of weeks or a month, you can sell it for like 50x of that, depending on the type of project it is. So
invest in 6 figures, but then you're cash flow positive.
Cash flow positive,
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Is there any advice like you want to give to anybody watching in terms of like the NFT space? Because like for me, like it feels like, well, it is the first NFT winter.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, damn, like what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like we don't know if it's gonna survive or not, because it's not like crypto where there's a history.
Yeah.
Right? So is there any advice to like new investors in the NFT space that you would give?
NFTs are backed by, again, like crypto, right? 90% NFTs are Ethereum based, and then the remaining 10% is Solana and Polygon based. Whatever the cryptos, the underlying technology is blockchain that's powering the crypto. Whatever that crypto is doing, that's what NFT is gonna do. You know, so obviously if the crypto market's down, like Ethereum, for example, you know, is up to like the highest point was 4,000 plus almost. And then right now, you know, it's around like $1,000, $1,100 or whatever. It's kind of hovering around that price range.
Yeah.
So, you know, like the value of the NFT is tied to the crypto. So obviously you will have to wait until the crypto goes back in value for you to, you know, invest again. But at the same token, you know, now is a perfect chance if you have expendable income to invest into NFTs that, you know, a lot of people maybe didn't have access to. I don't have 6 figures laying around. I don't have 50,000 laying around, but I have a couple thousand laying around. So like now if you invest into now until, you know, the market recovers, which I would say is going to be a year and a half recovery period.
I hope it's sooner.
Yeah, I hope so too. So like if you don't have the capital, I would focus on more your active incomes that you can take that and put into, you know, these like kind of, they're very risky investments, obviously.
Dollar cost average.
DCA, definitely DCA stuff. Because I mean, there's nothing out there that'll give you the gains like crypto NFTs. Nothing out there right now.
That. Yeah, that's very good advice, because it correlates with each other and the whole economy. And tomorrow they're going to announce that we're officially in a recession, right? So, So I mean, even though we already know we kind of are, right?
Whatever's happening, where's the market up and down, a lot of money is actually made when the market is down.
Yeah.
You know, 2007 recession.
That is true.
Market was down, like, you know, but Ray Dalio was putting billions of dollars into the market because he's like, people are scared, but he's putting money into it and making a lot of money out of it. You know?
Everything's for sale. Like you said, it's wholesale.
It's wholesale right now,
pricing. Yeah. What are you personally invested in, or do you do altcoins at all? Or
yeah, 100%. No. I actually don't have a lot of like much Bitcoin. I have a decent amount of Ethereum.
That's surprising.
So I know it's very surprising. Yeah, I get a lot of action through the altcoins. More specifically, is like a lot of gaming tokens. I have a lot of money in Gala.
Okay.
Massive community. They have billions of dollars in funding already. The huge Gala. Axie Infinity, huge ecosystem as well. Play to earn system. Decentraland Sandbox. The metaverse kind of coins. Those like probably like, you know, 3-4 coins are really good. I can give you probably like, I have like maybe 15, 20 more coins, Alluvium, and there's a bunch of other ones or whatever I can give you like recommendations of.
A lot of ETH, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Decent amount of ETH,
That's cool, man. So e-commerce, crypto, NFTs, anything else?
I got decent amount of short-term rentals.
Okay.
Which combination of, you got Airbnb, corporate housing, and traveling nurses.
Dang, you just do it all, huh?
I do a lot.
Crazy. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so I get the right partners on board, or I figured out how I can take a business and like build a system out of it. Because once the system is built, I can put somebody in that system and have them run that system for me. Well, I can step out and work on another business.
100%.
You know what I mean? That's why I'm an officer 7 days a week, because I like building stuff, you know?
Yeah, you're just building and resourcing, right?
Resourcing it out, yeah. So you can find like trustworthy people, you can hire people, and you know, if I'm making, let's say, extra $100,000 a year, for example, from like a new business, and I have to do all the work myself, but then I hire somebody and pay them like say $20,000, $30,000 out of that, I keep $60,000 maybe or $70,000 out of that. That's okay with me. Yeah. Because I get something much more valuable out of that. It's my time back, right? Which is worth millions of dollars.
Time. How much is that watch though?
That's what I want to know. It's a pretty, I'm not gonna say a number, but it's decently pricey.
What's the range on that?
Yo, this is close to 6 figures.
We gotta show the fashion. The last thing you were just saying, you're an Airbnb.
Short-term rentals,
like short-term rentals. So how many properties? Do you own a lot of properties, or is it more just?
It's expanding. Yeah, I probably have like 6 properties.
Okay, 6 properties.
Right now, yeah. I mean, I have a buddy in Chicago. He has 150 properties. He does $1 million a month.
Jeez.
I have a buddy in like Dallas. He has he's an ex-pharmacist. He has about 45 properties. Yeah. But he does focuses mainly on corporate housing and traveling nurses.
It's crazy how like you started with what you were doing at first before e-commerce to kind of like build your way up and then just kind of just ghost. It's like everything has a gateway to something else, right?
Yes, yeah.
So
I've been to a lot of masterminds. I was in Dubai 2 months ago speaking at a conference in Dubai, and I love digital marketing. I love like masterminds where you can plug into people who provide value to give you ease of access.
Yeah.
whether it's through networking or just paying something. So now you cut down your 5 years or 2 years learning into like months.
And mastermind classes or mastermind seminars they're not cheap, right? But it's worth
it,
every penny because all the shortcuts that you get to take just from learning in these just one seminar or one person. So your focus now is more like you're gravitating and transitioning to like the commercial side of real estate. Like that's the next goal, huh?
Yeah, commercial. I mean, as far as investing, the crypto, that's always going to be there. I love that aspect of it. But like like they say, like every strong entrepreneur has like 5 to 7 streams of income.
Yeah.
So you can't be a chair with like one leg.
You hear that, guys?
You can't be a chair with one leg, and the one leg could be your job or income, and then like you get laid off, a recession happens, you collapse.
Yeah.
You gotta be a chair with like 5, 6, 7 legs, because the one leg gets taken away, you have these other like legs that like start bringing you income at the end of the day, And that's like just grit and putting the hours in and going to masterminds and networking with people and that kind of stuff.
Is there any masterminds you recommend that's coming up, or maybe
I might be working on one of my own actually, potentially.
Hey guys, make sure you follow his stuff. Link down below. Is there anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, I mean, you follow me on Instagram. It's EMMON_KHAN_Khan. I do a lot of content on there. I'm actually working a lot, so I'm producing more content. I see my stories, my daily life, and I'll do some business vlogs on there.
I'm a
like
follower.
That too. Yeah.
I'm a fan. Is there like a certain goal for you though? Like in terms of, are you always gonna be hungry and like, man, like I want the next thing, like you're never satisfied? Or is there something where you're like, okay, you know what? Like once I get to this certain level of dollars or whatever you define success is where you're gonna be like, you know what? I did it.
For me to like get satisfied and just completely stop, do nothing, I think it just would eat me alive. I'm not a person who can sit at home and just like do nothing at all. So it's always gonna be that next thing. But I think more importantly, once you get to a certain level, you're like, okay, well, I'm so self-satisfied. Let me help other people out.
Yeah.
So you get fulfillment out in life through just purpose and also the ability to help other people out. Something I call the 33% rule. 33% of the time you spend with people at the same level as you, your peers, helping each other out.
Yeah.
33% of the time you spend people below your level and you help them out get to your level.
Yeah.
Because they're missing something that you may already have access to that you can give them, whether it's contact or key information or gold nuggets. And the remaining 33% of the time you basically spend with people above your level, mentors. And the mentors could be people in person.
Yeah, yeah.
I would love to have, for example, like, Elon Musk is my mentor, but I can't directly access him. Next best thing is the books, right? Mentorships.
Yeah.
So getting access, so like, mentor, the remaining 33% of personal growth, getting access to people or to books information, that's how you usually allocate your time or whatever. So
that's cool, man. Like, congrats on all your success. Like I'm inspired, people watching are inspired, The dollar amounts that you see, like that's not even all of it. Like it goes much more deeper than that. Like the work that you have to put in, et cetera, et cetera. Do you feel like you've made it, or do you feel like you know what, like, or was there a point in your life you're like, you know what, like I'm making a shitload of money?
Yeah.
Or are you still like not there yet?
Like, pure honesty, I think every entrepreneur has this. You have your wins, you have your losses.
Yeah.
My losses are actually greater than my wins, meaning but those wins, like the 80-20 principle, the 20% of wins I've had have made me win more money for my 80% than 80% of losses. That's how you should look at life and everything in general. Those losses, again, were not losses, they were learning experiences, Okay, I messed up on this, so let me tweak this like a different way, until it finally clicks and works, So as far as like making it, I don't think I will ever have like full satisfaction where like, okay, I've completely made it, because unless I can, impact like say millions of lives, be somebody that, hey, this guy made it. I'm a first generation here from Pakistan.
Yeah.
95% of my family is back in Pakistan. And they do not have the opportunity I do coming to the States.
That's true, man. That's facts. Yeah.
So for me to not come to the States and not make, my own life, my family's life, to get to a certain level, and not to also impact like people around me and also future generations. So I had to set the foundation.
I like that.
I had to set the foundation now so my future generations are basically at a level and step up than the previous generation.
Yeah.
So when you think about, not yourself, and you past yourself, not like you look at your future and your kids and the generations, and like you want to create generational change and generational wealth, that's where like you're like, okay, now I kind of made it. So like that is like, I think a lifelong journey. Me reading like this book, and then after this book is going to be another book, and another book. I don't stop learning. It's impossible to stop learning. Like you're born and then you die, and they're like you can't control your day you are born, but and the day you die, but you control everything else that happens in between.
Yeah.
So like it's your responsibility to basically maximize that to the fullest
Set up
you
the
can.
foundation. Yeah. I like that. Like setting up the foundation, and like you want to like make sure you provide value for generations to come, your family, your friends, whoever, and that's your reason why.
That gives you that dopamine rush, dopamine rush you get like of helping people, you know? Once you get a certain level, you're like, okay, I have the ability to basically help this person. You get that dopamine rush. That's what excites me on like a daily basis. You're able to help somebody out.
One day, you know, someday I want to be a philanthropist of some kind, you know? I'm sure you probably already are.
Decent amount, yeah.
For the aspiring entrepreneur watching, right? Because like entrepreneurship is not cut out for anyone. Like you know that, like not anyone can just be an entrepreneur. Like some people either have it or they don't. Now, for the ones that do have it, what kind of advice can you give them?
What I would say is, and this is advice I mentor a lot of people too, is before you start a business, I need you to go back and basically get your mindset straight.
Yeah, mindset first.
Your mindset, because if you go into a business without the right mindset, I promise you, the first day something goes wrong, and it will, 120% it will go wrong. You're going to quit. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
And then what you're going to do is get the shiny object syndrome, go from one business to another business, where like you realize like when you were spending like weeks and months learning about it, and like you might not have made no money, you're building the root and the foundation that you really needed to get the success like 6 weeks from now, or 6 months from now, a year from now.
I like that.
You go to school for 4 years, and after 4 years, you're not even guaranteed a job.
Yeah.
So you're okay with spending 4 years in school. You think that's completely fine. You rationalize it's completely fine because that's what society tells you as normalized.
Yeah.
But you can't spend weeks or months learning about the fundamentals of a business.
That's so true.
Fundamentals of a business. You should learn the fundamentals of a business and get the mindset straight and fundamentals of a business and realize, listen, you're basically planting the seeds now. Yeah. You know, and like, you know, and they're going to eventually grow if you put in enough time, you know. Yeah. If this is a whole story about, it's called the story of a bamboo tree. A bamboo tree, if you know how the bamboo tree works, the seeds are planted for a bamboo tree. Yeah. Today it grows, it takes 5 years. During those first like 4 or 5 years, there's actually zero growth. You don't see anything. But underneath the soil, the roots are growing strongly underneath the soil. Yeah. And in 5th year, it fucking shoots up 10, 20 feet.
Game over.
Game over. So people like obviously people are so used to instant gratification. That's so they do something and they want something like results right away. They do something results right away. The dopamine rush. If they don't get it, then it's like, oh, it's not for me. So like you're basically such a for failure and success. So going back and reading books like this, getting your mindset straight. Where like when you go into like the war zone, you go into the trenches, you have the mindset and you're prepared. Yeah. So it's stuff like this, books like this, and this is one of hundreds of books. This stuff clears out the negativity. Yeah. Completely wash it out. Yeah. So you can then clearly focus on your goals, and then when you have your goals, you can make actionable steps to reach that goal. One of my other I want to plug in is you guys should read this book. I've read hundreds of books. One of the top 5 favorite books, Atomic Habits.
Write it down, guys.
Atomic Habits and
this one first or Atomic Habits first?
I'll read Atomic Habits first. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just finished it up. I read it like 3 times already. I just finished it up again 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna go home and read it. He's talked about mindset. He's talked about starting, like not quitting, right? Like starting somewhere where you develop your mindset, but also just continue to like build your craft and grow from there, and then opportunities will present itself, and then next thing you know, if you just don't quit, if you show up for yourself, it can become yourself, right?
Yeah, man. That's also having the right people around you. You're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. Number 2, you should have an accountability partner too. Somebody who's holding you accountable, because we all slack off. We all slack off, right? I mean, it's okay. I slack off too sometimes too. I'm very disciplined, but I a lot of times I have to be my own accountability partner, and I have tasks set up. I use note structuring, goal setting, things like that too. So having an accountability partner, hey man, you're off this day. I need you to fix this. Yeah. And be able to take that criticism and take the criticism not as criticism, but like it's actually like a way for you to improve something.
For sure.
Maybe you're lacking something.
100%, because accountability is very important. Like I like to have a bunch of people that tell me like if I'm doing something wrong. Like I don't want a bunch of yes men around me. Cause like hey, like just let me know, because I like constructive criticism. I want to get better. I want to learn. So it's very important that you pointing it out. Now, before we let you go, because I know you're out here in the streets making millions, you're busy, but is there anything else you want to share to the kids or just anyone that's just watching right now that you feel like they should know?
Number one is we all have like hopes and dreams. I would say I'm always like be a kid at heart. Always be that person who's always dreaming of stuff. You know, whether I'm like 20 years old, like now I'm in my 30s or whatever, and when I'm 60, I'm still gonna be a kid at heart.
Yeah.
So when you have a kid at heart, you don't let that creativity, like that Peter Pan kind of die inside you. So when you don't let that creativity die, you know like anything is possible. Like, you know, making $1 million per year or $1 million per month is all doable. I know people that make $1 million in a day because they built out these extensive sales funnels.
Jeez.
It took months to build out and they popped it and made $1 million in one day. I kid you not.
Thank you for all the words, the experiences that you've gone through, man. It's a pleasure to be here to officially meet you, you know?
Yeah, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Yeah. And one more question. Will you be my mentor?
100%, man. I got you, man.
Let's go. Make sure you guys follow Edmund's all his social media information, link down below. And yeah, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for
having me, man.
Thank you for being here. Yeah,
Pleasure.
let's get it.